Hey LinkedIn, welcome back. Welcome to 2026. Happy New Year. Just was thinking about a couple different ideas this morning when I was thinking about how to promote, how to get attention in 2026. And I mean, nowadays, I'm sure you're the same way, but nowadays, the downside, people talk about automation. They've talked about automation for years. Now they're talking about AI and things like that. That's a common thread. But I saw that there was a tool that basically automated LinkedIn DMs, that kind of thing, like outreach automation, and it got shut down by LinkedIn. And the unfortunate thing is people want to automate the tedious work, the trench work, as I've always called it, trench work and deal work. And doing the trench work, it's tedious, it's time consuming, but I'll tell you, the true greats that are good deal makers and good at putting things together, they are amazing at that. They are amazing at trench work, knowing how to network, knowing how to get to people, knowing what to say, knowing what to type and how to get there, how to read people, how to basically work their way in to get that net new logo or that net new relationship. And my feeling right now is that automation and AI has created just a huge amount of noise and spam connected to these kinds of things. So your phone gets blown up because it's some kind of auto robo dialer. You're getting hammered on text messages, you're getting hammered on emails, you're getting automated in the DMs. And I think it comes down to looking at what's the play in 2026 and what's going to be working. And here are a couple things that I think are going to be working. Number one, I think live in-person trade shows and events and things like that. Having great content, being able to capture attention there. Last year we created an interactive kiosk, digital experience kiosk to route people that was persona specific and industry specific, so the person could just go there, click, and basically route into a sales conversation. That worked really, really well. So I think trade shows and in-person are going to be huge. I think innovative ideas. We've talked about things like Masterclass. I love Masterclass, and now there's another similar company, similar app. I'm drawing a blank at their name right now, branding. But Masterclass, I love Masterclass and watching those. And so the idea of sort of educating your audience, building out a custom Masterclass, goes to a beautiful page, educating your audience in a way that's going to route them into sales, because when they're educated by you and it's interesting and it's engaging for them, it's like something people would watch for free, something they would watch anyway that actually is helpful to them. That's going to be a very sticky piece of content. And so there's ways to basically build out a strategy that's outreach, that drives over the masterclass, that drives it into sales, and things like that are going to be very, very effective. I also think just advertising on LinkedIn, advertising on YouTube, those different things are going to be very much needed. And then it comes down to advertising spend, but also what is the content? What is the quality of the content? What is the quality of storytelling? Or just playing into people's pain points. So if it's sales related, how do you play into their pain points in a way that's going to actually drive them in, make them click? There's things that I've watched and there's things that I just skip. But there are things that I watch all the way through. So I think advertising is going to be a very key thing. And then of course, just organic content right in the LinkedIn feed, organic content on X or on blogs or different things like that. Organic content will play a key role. People are watching a lot of shorts these days, a lot of reels these days. They're reading content. Substack is blowing up these days. There's a lot of opportunity right there, just in written form. I think that's going to be, really, really key. I also think, organic content connected to AI search, as people are calling it. I think they call it GEO and things like that. It's going to probably go through a couple iterations of names, but basically, so AI recommends your company or recommends your service or product for what people are searching. You're going to need an organic content strategy that ensures that you have the right shorts, you have the right videos, you have the right blogs, and this is on things like Reddit, on things like Quora, on things like Medium and LinkedIn and all these different areas, where it's going to basically pull these different resources, including your sites, including your key owned media sites. So it's going to pull from these different areas and then recommend the best companies. And again, that's going to take just a lot of content. And I think that there's still an opportunity and there's still very, very much a need for strategic outreach, both for account-based selling, you know, and net new logo. But it's my view that this whole like AI personalization thing is trash and does not work. And I get the emails, they don't feel authentic, they feel totally fake, like something scraped off my site pretending to know me. It just, to me, does not hit. And I think that if you're truly trying to get to somebody, there's not really a hack for just being able to communicate, you know, your value prop or your pain that's related to what they're trying to do and what they need, and making those real authentic relationships and real authentic communication. On that note, and I'll probably do a separate video on this, but I've used AI pretty extensively at this point in terms of writing and different things like this on Claude, on Gemini, on ChatGPT, and there's things I like, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to writing, I don't like the way it does it. I don't like how it changes my voice or my authenticity or whatever, and I basically just skip it altogether. There are things I really like it for, like research and maybe ideas or different things like that. Sometimes I tend to have a lot of ideas, but there's things I like it for, but I'm pretty much at the conclusion that for writing, it's not a great idea, you know, and it doesn't make it better. So anyway, kind of a riff on where I see things going in 2026, but those are some of the key things that I think are you know, very much needed. I think authenticity and intentional content, looking at what is the outcome that you're trying to get. And I wrote a blog about this, you know, I'll share in the comments, but what is the outcome you're trying to get? Work your way backward from that, and then really create intentional content through that journey that's going to lead to where you're trying to go. If it's for marketing to get a lead, great. What is that journey? If it's for sales to close a deal, great. If it's for training to help, you know, make sure that everybody's doing the right things at the right stages, great. Just map those journeys and then create the assets and the things that are needed, you know, to accomplish those outcomes. But at the end of the day, you know, there's different automation tools in AI that are going to help in some setting, but the truth is that I don't think you can ever really hack or shortcut. Often the short way is the long way. So keep that in mind. Good luck and Happy New Year.